It's the last Saturday in June. The motorcycles are here. The riders are here. This has to be Lima, Ohio. It's become tradition that when the last Saturday in June comes, the riders come from all over Ohio, the Midwest, the country, well, why not even say Canada? The bikes the riders come on to view this race, they're spectacular as well. Some people ride, some people ride along. Well, we'll ride along as we see some of the best motorcycle racing that we'll see in any given season. Find a good parking place behind the stands. We'll also find you a good seat. And we're just happy you're here with us as we bring you the 1993 Ohio National Championship motorcycle races at Lima.
Where are you guys from?
Michigan.
What part of Michigan?
Paw Paw.
Okay. How's the ride down here?
Beautiful. Oh,
Weather
most
was
spectacular
good.
day I ever rode in. 100.
You can walk behind the stands and see a multitude of bikes, all kinds, all years, all makes, and all spectacular. The view from the grandstand, it shows the paddock filled with some of the best motorcycle machinery we're going to find. Scotty Parker, a four-time national champion. He's looking for his fifth. He's also looking for his fifth at Lima. Will 1993 be the year? Well, we're here to see.
Watch it now, watch it now. I owe you one. Easy now, easy now. I owe you one. That's pretty good.
For Stevie Moorhead, this is really his home track. He's from Findlay, just up I-75. Getting a Steve Moorhead autograph, I bet he's given out a bunch of those over the years. This one means a lot to a young fan. Some people, they like the four-wheel variety, but here, more to the motorcycle liking. All the parts are assembled just in case they're needed. We'll see as the day goes along and turns into night. This is one of Ricky Graham's mounts for the weekend, his 883 Harley. He'll be riding that along with his 750 Honda this weekend, and the tuning will help decide whether he's got the right setup for this last Saturday in June. The riders meeting. Most of these are veterans. They've heard it all before. There's Carr, Parker, Stevie Moorhead. They'll have suggestions. They'll have questions. But no matter how many times they have been through this, this is one of the most important elements of the weekend, because indeed, each weekend is different and unto itself. This bike started as a regular street machine. Today, it is one of the many custom cycles that can be seen at the Lima National. And no, this bike was not ridden new by Steve Moorhead, but its proud owner probably knows its complete heritage. These folks are just waiting in the shade as the racers wait for their day in the sun. We're about to go racing at Lima.
Boy, I'll tell you, Chris, when a California lad starts trouncing on the guys from Michigan and Ohio, the cheers are pretty hard to draw, aren't they?
There's no doubt about that, you know, especially in this neck of woods. You know, Scotty's won so many races here, and I know a lot of his fans from Michigan come down because this is a pretty close race. It's kind of tough, yeah.
Fortunately, you're able to put a smile on your face.
Well, I'm used to it, you know. It happens quite often, and you know, no problem.
Make you want to dig down just a little bit deeper, maybe kick butt a little bit harder when that happens?
Well, I don't really need any more motivation to go out there than to win. You know, I've got plenty of that from within, so it doesn't bother me.
I asked Scott earlier, I said, what weighs more, the number 1 plate or the number 2 plate? He said the number 1 plate, definitely, because all of the eyes are on the back of your jersey. They're on the back of your motorcycle, or they're looking over the shoulder at you, just really shooting at you. Do you get that feeling that they're all really aiming at Chris Carr?
Well, I don't think they're aiming at me, but as long as they're looking at my back, that's fine.
That's the way you want to keep it. Chris, it's been a great year so far. You're on top of the championship points. You won at Pomona, a racetrack that you had never won at. This one you have won at. 1991, you took the checkered flag, so a little bit of experience here, and you could be looking at win number 3 of the season. And we'll just wish you the best of luck, and obviously toward the defense of your crown.
All right, thanks, Larry. Again, I want to thank all you fans for coming out and supporting dirt track motorcycle racing. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Thanks.
The riders are lined up and ready. This is Heat 2 for the 750s, and off they go. Down into turn number 1, Scott Parker has the good hole shot. Chris Carr working his way through, but a bobble has sent him all the way back to 6th place. He's got a long way to go for a transfer out of this heat. Gordon Chaperet, Dave Camlin back in the pack. Scotty Parker up at the front. Kevin Barnes, Gordon Chaperet, Rex Fisher. They are doing the deed down through the turns. Onto the front side, it is Scotty Parker leading on the straightaway. Barnes, Chaperet, Rex Fisher. That's a dandy little battle. Brett Baer is running in second and really not being challenged at this point. There's Chaperet smoothly through the turn, but can he transfer? Scott Parker, he's headed by nobody as he goes into the south end of the track. Chaperet, a good dice with Fisher continues, as all by his lonesome is Scotty Parker, looking for that 5th Lima win this weekend. Rex Fisher, as we wait for Chaperet, he looks to the inside, can't get it done there. Here's another great battle. Carr fights his way back up right behind 2nd place Brett Baer. Chris Carr coming up. Is he going to catch him? Coming into the first turn. Yes, indeed he does. But a bobble will keep him from being able to win this one. Chris Carr will not transfer here in the 2nd heat. These two do. Scott Parker, Brett Baer go automatically onto the feature. Set now for semi number 2 for the 750s. Chance Darling, Chris Carr, Tommy Colson, they all battle. The battle for 4th and 5th, David Lloyd, Jim Sumner, they go at it. And going at it, Chris Carr in 2nd place, gains a position, loses a position, sliding back on the high side, but coming back, Chris Carr into 2nd, challenging for 1st, trying to get up and around Chance Darling. Carr out front all by himself. Tommy Colson, Chance Darling, they're battling. Colson in 2nd. Again, the top 3 will move on. Letting the bike slide, going through the turn. This is Chris Carr with the number 1 plate from his championship of a year ago. Lifting the front wheel, coming on down that front straightaway. Carr with an expertly tuned bike and a feel for the track. Here's Colson, holding on to second place at this point. Colson very smooth, following, but well adrift of the leader, Chris Carr. Carr puts the lean into it, a little bit of a wobble through the turn, but very, very smoothly. Lets it drift out to the wall and onto the straightaway. One lap to go. The white flag is out. Chris Carr looking to move on and try for that championship at Lima. The front wheel is lifted. The checker is out. Chris Carr is your winner. Chris Carr will transfer. And moving on as well, the 82 of Tommy Colson and Jim Sumner, who moved up into third place. You can feel the tension as the ceremonies begin. For Steve Moorhead, this is just within earshot of home. Chris Carr, well, he hears the cheers and, well, some Bronx cheers as well. Kevin Atherton, well, his spill earlier not only hurt his pride, but he's hurting a little bit himself, walking a little bit gingerly. The flags are at the ready. So are the racers and are the fans. We're about ready to go with the main event. The crowd has seen some great racing in the preliminaries, but all that is prelude. Now it's time to get down to business. Ricky Graham, Scott Parker, Steve Moorhead, everybody is at the ready. The board is up, and we're ready to go. Into the turn, Stevie Moorhead with the hole shot. Coming up quickly, that was Graham, another battle, and look at those sparks from Graham. That's a titanium shoe. The crowd was worried. Is it the bike? No, it's the shoe, and it's meant to do that. Here comes Graham on the inside, but Moorhead comes back very quickly. Graham has to drop back ever so slightly as he tries that inside line. Back down past start finish. More sparks between the racers. Great battle side by side. Moorhead holds him off this time around, but for how much longer? The challenge from Graham, a bike length and a half back. Moorhead holds on smoothly through the turn. Every once in a while, just that slight bobble. But here comes the challenge back from Ricky Graham, trying to stick the wheel inside, but can't do it this time. When first and second battle that way, you can forget about third, but Rodney Farris is right there if there is any kind of a bobble at the front. Back to that lead battle. Moorhead continues to hold off the sparking Ricky Graham. Farris moving up. He is really in a position to challenge. 3 bike lengths between first and second. Here comes Farris trying the outside, but no. Now comes Graham on the inside, challenging Moorhead for first. Farris? No. Graham, yes, right up alongside Stevie Moorhead. Tucks in behind, losing a little ground in the turn as Moorhead continues to hold him off. Great battle at the front. Moorhead, then Graham. Spectacular racing, sparks or no sparks. In the challenge, 1, 2, 3, Moorhead, Graham, Farris. The proverbial blanket could be thrown over first, second, and third. Graham trying to close, but Farris right behind him. Chris Carr. He's running by himself, trying to get back in touch with the leaders. Those leaders, Moorhead, Graham, Farris. Farris had the momentum, then had to back off as he went to the high side in the cushion. Kevin Atherton, another of the runners riding by himself, and riding hurt. Oh, we've got a red flag. We'll have to bring a halt to the action here. Looks like it may be a problem for Jay Springsteen. We're going to have a restart. Moorhead, Ricky Graham, Rodney Farris. What a great start to that one. It's a single file. Stevie Moorhead will lead them away. Moorhead running up front. Here comes Graham getting around Farris. They picked this one up right where they left off. Here comes Graham trying to get to the inside of Steve Moorhead. Did they touch? It was very close. Ricky Graham out into the lead. Stevie Moorhead having some engine problems apparently. And Ricky Graham takes over the points. Right behind, Chris Carr, Ricky Graham, continuing to throw the sparks off that titanium shoe. Graham, then Carr, Farris in third place. Here comes a challenge for the lead. Chris Carr trying to look to the outside. Graham holding him off. Here comes Carr back once again, looking for the low line, then tucking in behind. Chris Carr on the outside. Got the wheel up there. Even. Couldn't do anything about it. Drops about a bike length back. Graham, Carr, Farris. They continue that way. The crowd loving it. Here comes Chris Carr again to the outside. Drops back. Tucks in behind. Carr again the challenge. Carr gets the wheel in front. Carr with the lead. But Graham is not going to give up easily. Chris Carr with the advantage. 2 bike lengths back is Ricky Graham. Chris Carr, a national champion 1 year ago, looking for the win here at Lima. Ricky Graham, a 2-time national champion, right behind. Is this the way we'll finish? Rodney Farris, he's not the forgotten man anymore. He has been right there in the fight throughout. Carr, Graham, Farris right behind. Again to start finish. Chris Carr smoothly through the turns, but here comes Graham. Graham less than a bike length back. This looks like the early part of this race, except Chris Carr replacing Stevie Moorhead. Graham coming up on the inside, side by side down the main straightaway. Ricky Graham back into the lead. Carr won't have any of this. He'll take a higher line, trying to keep up. Now it's Graham, Carr, and Farris. The challenge again by Carr. He pulled up, lost momentum, drops back a couple of bike lengths, now comes back up. Rodney Farris starting to put a challenge for second place on. To the outside, that second place car. Low side, your leader, Ricky Graham. Carr right behind. Can't do anything about it. Now he's going to be challenged for second place. Rodney Farris is right there and around. Rodney Farris. Now here comes Carr back. Great battle for position number 2, and Farris has that, but no, he doesn't. Here comes Chris Carr. Graham at the front. Battle right behind him. Oh, Doctor to the checkered flag. Ricky Graham, Rodney Farris, and Chris Carr. That is the way they finish. Ricky Graham with a great run. He picks up the checkered flag. He's going to take that victory lap, and that is a well-deserved flag. Rodney Farris, second place. Probably the hardest ride of his career. Ricky Graham brings the checkered back. The spoils of victory belong to he.
Well, I think what happened was my line that put me into the lead and allowed me to hold the lead for 10 or so laps was working really good early in the race, and it just kind of started going away. It was getting tougher and tougher. The track got drier and drier, and my line went away, and it started working for Ricky, his line that he was running. So it was, my line just didn't work at the right part of the race, I guess.
Yeah, it was working good tonight. Eddie Atkins has got the bike tuned really good. I feel good. I didn't really get tired. I thought I might, but I didn't. And I started following Ricky, and he had a hot line, and it just paid off at the end. I took it for broke on last lap, and luckily I got by Chris.
You went for broke. There's no question. How close were you two guys together?
I'm not really sure. I don't like looking at them when it's that close.
Chris Carr came by me in the race, and I said, boy, that little guy's serious. So anyway, he's got a real big heart on him, and he was trying as hard as he could out there, and I just hung with him and got back by him, and worked good enough to win it.
It's going to be a long season, a lot more events this year than last year, and that's going to have to be a factor for those riders that are behind you. It's their opportunity to catch up, and more opportunities for the guys up front to maybe have a problem to slide back 2 or 3 points.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It was my goal last year when I came up here is to get in between Scotty Parker and Chris Carr. And now I've surpassed that goal and passed him up in the point series. So hopefully I can just keep everything going as it is right now, and we'll just stay on top and just never look back.
Ricky Graham not only won both classes at Lima, he went on to win a total of 6 dirt track nationals in a row. That brings his total to 11 victories in the 1993 season, beating the old record of 10. Lima was Ricky's first half-mile win in 10 years. To then win 5 more half-miles in a row is incredible. Ricky's amazing 93 performance brings his total to 37 wins in dirt track racing, moving him from 5th to 3rd on the career win list. Everybody heads home from Lima happy, looking forward to the 94 season and the last Saturday in June.